If that was him, it'd be 10 yards.
Yeah, you're saying that, but then I think also the way that Szczesny's played in goal, he's been so aggressive. There's good starting positions that as the half went on, he seemed to be much more in control and much more in line.
OK, so Galatasaray currently 1-0 down, but I think not only the Galatasaray fans, but the Arsenal fans will be keen to see this as well. Not just Didier Drogba, but also Wesley Sneijder coming on in place of Umut Bulut. So let's see how the second half pans out in the company of Steve McManaman, Mark Halsey and Ian Dark.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed, Jake. This might be a bit more interesting now. Didier Drogba, so often the bogeyman for Arsenal, replacing the former Bolton man Johan Elmander, and Wesley Sneijder is there to fashion the chances behind him as well. Also bringing on Emre Çolak, wearing number 52, who's come through the ranks at Galatasaray. He's a left-sider really, and it does have a full cap for Turkey. Just a reminder, Drogba, 13 goals in 14 appearances against Arsenal. I'm sick of the sight of him.
Is that all?
4 of them were in Cardiff showpiece games, and 1 was at Wembley as well. He's got a couple here, both in a 3-0 win in 2009.
Yeah, and also, as the second half started, Amrabat has come to the right-hand side of midfield, Çolak on the left-hand side, so yeah, really interesting to see how they perform in the second half. They were pretty toothless in the first half with Elmander and Bulut, but with Sneijder and Drogba there should be a different proposition.
Might be a better tempo to the second half as well. Good run here from Carl Jenkinson down this side and getting his crossing. Kaya got it away. Kaya, whose place is under threat from the new arrival of Sheju. There's Noon Keu as well, who played yesterday but is not there today. So a bit of battle for those Galatasaray central defensive positions this season. Another of the other regulars is out injured, Gürkan Zan. He didn't travel.
And also the boys in the studio, Ian, were talking about how Per Mertesacker has been dropping off against the likes of Elmander and Umar Bulut. Be interesting how he approaches Didier Drogba, where he wants to get tight and feel as if he wants a bit of a battle, or whether he wants to continue to drop off, because no disrespect to the two centre forwards in the first half of Galatasaray, this is a different type of centre forward and a much higher quality.
Aaron Ramsey, Theo Walcott, back to Jenkinson, who did have the option of playing for Finland. Play on, says the referee. And Schneider's first involvement. Eboué. Good ball to Amrabat. Drogba's in the middle. Amrabat goes alone, and it wasn't that impressive a finish, and he gets an earful from Drogba in response.
Yeah, and to be honest, for Amrabat, you look at this first ball, there's nobody in the box for the first cross in. Yes, Didier Drogba wants the second one, but Amrabat can't pass it there to him. Once he cuts inside, it's a difficult pass to the Drog. Sanya's got him marked quite tight. It's not the greatest effort. Szczesny gets a touch on it, it's a corner.
Yeah, we're looking to flick that on, at least from the near post, with Sheju. Galatasaray did play Napoli as recently as Monday. They lost that game by 3-1. Improved in the second half to beat Porto yesterday. 1 down here though. Can Arsenal cash in some more? Cazorla's muscled out of it. Çolak. Already used 4 substitutes, 6 allowed under the terms of this little tournament. Good play by Ramsey. coming up to his 6th season now as an Arsenal player. Aaron Ramsey was an FA Cup finalist with Cardiff when he was just 17. It'll be quite an occasion for him when Arsenal play Cardiff this season. The Welsh club new to the Premier League, of course, under Malky Mackay. Sagna, very few questions so far really being asked of the Arsenal defence, and periods in this game really where Wojciech Szczesny could have been reading a book. Now then, Oxlade-Chamberlain is onside. Sonogo's waiting in the middle, and Muslera showed good hands there to stop that getting any further.
Yeah, it was poor defensive play by Emmanuel Abui. Look, he's looking at him, taking his time, letting him touch it. It was a wonderful first touch by Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Abui has to be quicker to the ball. Put him under pressure. It was a good stop in the end by the goalkeeper.
Schneider. Melo helps it forward. Čolak. Just a reminder, it's 3 points for a win in this tournament, 1 point for a draw, and 1 point for every goal you score. So, seems to me, if this ever caught on, you could get more points for losing 6-5 than winning 1-0. Is that right?
That makes sense, doesn't it? You get 4 points in 5. Yeah, you get 4 points for the 1-0 victory and 5 for losing.
It's to encourage attacking football.
Yeah, of course it is.
Pre-season. Sheju on a League and Cup double during his time at Lille, and has moved for around £8 million to Galatasaray. Won a Cameroon cap at the World Cup, one appearance at the 2010 World Cup. Cameroon weren't very good at it, to be honest with you, and were on a pretty early plane home, as I remember. Mertesacker. Gibbs under pressure from Abue, but illegally, according to the referee.
There wasn't that much in it, was there?
I'm just seeing Kieran Gibbs error brings to mind the sad stories about Kenny Sansom this week, the former Arsenal left back, with all his problems. We wish him well and hope things work out for him.
Yes, we do.
Great left back, 86 caps for England as well. George Graham, his old manager, saying this morning what a very, very good pro as well as a nice bloke. Jenkinson to Cazorla, looking for the killer ball. It wasn't quite there. Maybe in a couple of weeks' time it will be for Cazorla. He could have got Walcott in maybe there. Just that little bit of edge and sharpness still missing 2 weeks away from the start of the Premier League season. Cazorla had to operate in some very, very hot conditions out in Brazil, as well all the teams next summer. Spain beaten in the final of that comprehensively by Brazil, fascinatingly. Just look a bit more at it and better quality, Galatasaray, with Schneider and Drogba out there. Just look a bit more business-like, don't they, at the start of this second half? Cazorla unable to cut that out.
Yeah, I mean, Drogba hasn't done much since he has come on, but Sneijder's tried to get involved and tried to make things happen. Like now, he drops in a nice hole and tries to get on the ball. He's certainly had more possession, haven't they, and more spells of possession.
Colak, Sneijder. Drogba was the target. Doesn't find him. Gulsalem. Here is Drogba. Eboué. Typically adroit control from Drogba here.
Yeah, he just floats to the far post, doesn't he? Over Kieran Gibbs. He just couldn't get it down so he could have a shot. Knocks it back off to Eboué. You can see he's desperate to volley it, isn't he? But he just couldn't get his body in the right position.
Didier Drogba, the only man to score in 4 FA Cup finals. Not to mention 3 League Cup finals as well, and a Champions League final. Sneijder, Drogba pulling into space, here he is. Too wide really, and there was nobody throwing that in the middle.
Wow, that was the shot of a very inexperienced player, not with Didier Drogba, but as soon as he's getting there, he's never going to score from there, is he? It's a strange effort by him in the end, whether he's just still warming up, but the fact that it is Arsenal and the records he's got, maybe if he gets it on target, it might go through somebody's legs or something.
I've got to say, he's used to everything going in against him.
Exactly.
Arteta here for the Gunners, who have this 1-0 lead given to them by Theo Walcott in somewhat strange circumstances. Cazorla, useful looking ball. Oxlade-Chamberlain was there, had read it quickly. A bit more end-to-end now, this. Drogba on the turf, surely not. Free kick. Mark Halsey, former Premier League referee, who's with us, shakes his head as Drogba goes down.
It looked like it's a fair challenge to me, that there. We know all about Drogba, the way he goes down, don't we?
See, you wasn't shaking your head at the fact that Drogba was on the floor again, Mark, no.
Don't forget, we'll have Mark Halsey with us this season to give the definitive refereeing view on big talking points as they happen in matches. Is Felipe Melo looking to seek out Drogba, but that's always going to be a bit of catching practice for Szczesny. Szczesny's made over 100 appearances now for Arsenal. Ooh, it always looked a bit of a dodgy ball, that from Samia. That caused a problem. Gulsalem. Just get the feeling, don't you, with some of the players looking at this, that they are feeling this tough pre-season. A lot of brutal training sessions, a lot of travelling. Now 2 games in 2 days for some of them. That's bound to take a bit of a toll. Emre Colak.
Oh, that's when he should have passed it, Ian. That's when he should have passed it. Didier Drogba made a really good run that time. Lovely bit of skill by Colak. Once he gets there, the pass is on for Drogba there. Oh! Opportunity wasted. He's only a young lad, you can see that. Acknowledges Didier.
Just 22, by the way. Emre Colak was capped for the first time last season against Romania. And the changes are going to be made very shortly here. We are going to see Gideon Zelalem, the 16-year-old, winning all these reviews, some comparing him to Cesc Fabregas at the same age. There's a lot of pressure on the lad to that kind of publicity to go out there, but if he's good, it's going to get out, isn't it? That's the game we're in. Now then, Drogba inside Mertesacker onto that left foot. No.
instantly there's a threat there now, Ian, isn't there? There's a good threat there up front for Galatasaray, and they're starting to look dangerous. Shot by Cholak before when he could have slipped Drogba through. Another opportunity, another effort there by Didier Drogba.
Still life in the old drog yet, you could say.
Bum.
Schneider to Drogba. See what the idea was. He was trying to pick up Emre Cholak there. I think Cazorla, that's no problem. And Riera gets that back to his goalkeeper. Did he keep it in play? Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think it's the right decision for Arsenal now to bring Giroud on. Probably Yaya Sanogo will go off now. Give them more of a focal point.
Oxlade-Chamberlain. Did he win the ball? He says he did. He's making a complaint about that, but a free kick is given.
Good feet by Oxlade-Chamberlain. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Maybe he leaves a trailing leg, but
so Santi Cazorla, I think it was predictable that he would only be given about an hour here. That's his first run out pre-season. Zelalem went on the tour of Asia and was pretty impressive by all accounts. Olivier Giroud has scored 7 goals pre-season. It looked like Sanya's goal yesterday really deflected off him, but predictably the Emirates Cup official literature is saying that is Olivier Giroud's goal. So we're not going to get into a big argument about that, are we?
Are we? Shall we?
No. Sanya might.
Yeah, I know. Considering it was going wide, of course he might.
Walcott to play it in. Yeah, I think it was the Premier League. It would,
of course.
The dubious goals committee would end up giving it to Bakary Sanya.
Yes.
Foot to Mertesacker to try to backhead that on the near post. Saw that from Arsenal teams of yesteryear. Many attempts. Steve Bold, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a nice ball by Theo. Didier Drogba defended it very well.
And away by Cholak in the end for Galatasaray. Ramsey still being left out there past the hour mark. Played and started yesterday. His fitness and conditioning must be estimated to be very, very good by the club medical men. Looks full of running too. Here's Jenkinson. Great run from the right back here. Oxlade-Chamberlain. An Arsenal corner, and Arsenal may need a second goal here because Galatasaray are packing extra threat in this second half. There's the corner, well defended. Drogba back helping his defence. Zelalam's first involvement. Walcott looking to break onto the end of Ramsey's pass. If Arsenal don't add to this squad, they don't get Suarez. How do you see them doing again, Macca?
I see that, like Martin Keown said, and like I said yesterday in the studio, and if they don't add to the squad and the squad continues to be like this, I think they'll be challenging for 4th or 5th in the league again. I can't see them making up the points on the likes of Manchester City when they've invested nearly £100 million and look as if they're going to go back into the transfer market for a centre defender. But saying that, I think we all know that's hypothetical. I don't think we'll be sitting here in a month's time saying Arsenal haven't invested any more money. I think they'll bring in good players between now and the end of August.
Another change here. On comes Sabri Saliolu, who usually plays as a right-sided attacking player. Experienced and usually a bit of a menace as well. Long-serving player. Saliolu's involved straight away. Saliolu wearing number 55. The days of 1 to 11 long gone.
There's Chesney arguing with Kieran Gibbs where he wants him.
Schneider's corner. Kaya couldn't get to it in there, and the central defender had come forward. Ooh. Nicely done by Kieran Gibbs, because Schneider was waiting behind him, and then Giroud couldn't collect it to keep the counter running. Here's Zelalam. Jenkinson, some good runs from him in the second half. Over to Ramsey. Giroud, a man in form pre-season, trying his luck, why not?
Yeah, it was a good effort, wasn't it? Good turn on the edge of the box. Good strike, but it was right at Muslera. He generated good power, Olivier Giroud.
Too long for Giroud.
Looks like Ignacy Miguel's going to come on.
They're playing the centre of defence, you
yeah.
would think. Here's the corner, Sariolo to take it for Galatasaray. Well defended by Arsenal, who really did tighten up in the closing stages of last season. The wrestling between Drogba and Aboué, and predictably enough, Drogba is penalised for that.
Arsenal substitution, Kieran Gibbs.
Kieran Gibbs put in a good shift and had a largely injury-free season last year, 34 appearances, which always helps, of course.
Yeah, well, Ignacy Miguel has come on in. He's gone right into the left-back position. Direct replacement for Kieran Gibbs.
Oxlade-Chamberlain, exciting run. Still got it as well, and goes down, referee. Well, he looked up, he wanted the penalty kick. John Moss wasn't going to give it. We'll get Mark Halsey's view on that one in just a moment. But first, let's watch this counter with Schneider. Emre Çolak, wide here to Sariolu. And cleared by Mertesacker. Bit of extra zip in the game here as Galatasaray chase an equaliser. Just looked to not have enough pace on it, that ball from Cholak. And there goes Carl Jenkinson stretching his legs again down that right-hand side. It will be a free kick. Now, what about that penalty shout, Mark Halsey?
Yeah, just looking at it, he needs a bit of help from his assistant, Peter Banks there. Yeah, looking at it again, he's looking for it, and he's jumped over his foot. I think he's got that right there, John Moss. I think he's had a bit of help there from Lee Betts down the microphone.
Yeah, he looks as if Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has kicked Albert Riera's knee, and then he sort of falls down in stages, doesn't he, Mark? And it's a difficult decision for the referee, but I mean, you're the main man, but I certainly agree with that decision.
Difficult, could quite easily give that as a penalty, but great decision by John. And obviously Lee as well, obviously, if we told him down the microphone that it's not a penalty.
Thanks, fellas. Walcott to take it, and Giroud's header looked to be creeping in, and Muslera was there.
Yeah, the dangers in the air. Mertesacker and Giroud. Giroud gets across. Didier Drogba gets a good header.
What's your view on Olivier Giroud? He's got lots of goals pre-season. Do Arsenal need something better than him?
Well, I think regardless of who you are, Ian, if you can go and get somebody better than what you've got, you should go and get it. But I think Olivier Giroud had a good season last year, and this year I think he'll be better for the experience of playing in the Premier League and knowing his teammates, living in the city where he lives. I expect him to be better this year, but if you can improve all the time.
11 goals in 34 Premier League appearances it was for Giroud last season, 17 in all competitions. Season before that, his goals helped Montpellier win the championship in France. Bit on the careless side from Carl Jenkinson, but he's had a pretty good second half.
Yeah, this is a different showing, I think, from the Arsenal players today. A lot of them, you can see, look physically fit, don't they?
I think that's the difficulty, isn't it, always for the manager, that some of them are at different stages to others. Some of them didn't go on the Asia tour like Cazorla. That's why he's just been given an hour here. Wilshere's been left out completely today. I think 70 minutes is the most he's done so far, Jack Wilshere. That was yesterday. Let's just take it a little more carefully with him, with his injury record.
Yeah, you do have to be more patient with certain individuals. You can't treat everybody the same.
Schneider's ball in, Mertesacker. No communication there at all between him and Szczesny. If there was a shout, he didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Or ignored it.
Well, Szczesny went mad at him, to be honest, Ian, but he doesn't have to. Mertesacker cleared the danger. There wasn't a problem. Get your communication right. You don't need to be shouting at your partner. If it goes in the back of the net, fair enough, but when he clears his lines, it's fine.
Assembly Cholak. Blue Salem, who came on early as a substitute for Beitar, who picked up an injury. Sheju.
It's a lovely ball, wasn't it? By the defender.
Schneider here. Tries his luck, was dipping as well, moving in the air. Good hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good hit, and Didier Drogba goes to the near post as well. Ian, just in case he doesn't get the connection, or if he can put the goalkeeper off or unsight him slightly.
No problems for Galatasaray there. Only 22, the central defender there, Semi Kaya, and formerly voted Young Player of the Year at Galatasaray the season before. Eboué, Drogba would be the target. He's looking to provide the craft and movement now then. It's Mikel's challenge, and it'll be a free kick at least.
Yeah, he just gets caught here, Miguel, doesn't he? You can see Abui has a look and has a little poke, commits him. It's a foul.
Be a yellow card in the Premier League, because the referees tend to be a bit kinder pre-season, don't they, Mark?
Yeah, you're right there, and that would have been definitely a yellow card on the Premier League on the opening day of the season. As I say, John Moss has done very well today. He's managed the game very well. It's, it's been a good spectacle. He's let the game flow. He's not, given silly free kicks.
He's
caught the mood pre-season.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. He's understood the atmosphere of today, and he's refereed the game really well.
Let's hope it continues into the season.
Bent by Riera. Nice ball in, wasn't it? Cholak tried his luck, it was blocked. Don't worry, there'll be about 8 million stories and controversies during the season. There always is. And you'll only have to sort out about 5 million of them.
Yeah, tell me about it. I've been involved in enough. Yeah, we love the fun.
Usually. He's enjoying himself by the look of it, Didier Drogba.
Yeah, a little wry smile from Didier. Got the free kick. Don't know whether he thought it was warranted. Carl Jenkinson certainly didn't.
Not many footballers have made the front cover of Time magazine in New York. Didier Drogba has. He's something of a political figure as well. Huge personality in his native Ivory Coast. Bent again by Schneider, who's looking fitter and sharper as the season approaches. I wonder whether those two might be a factor in the Champions League this season. Galatasaray at home, that crazy, loud, passionate crowd. Take some beating there, don't they?
Yes, they do. They do. I don't think we've seen the best of Wesley Sneijder in the Galatasaray shirt yet. Didier Drogba was excellent, but Wesley Sneijder took his time to adapt. Expect a better showing this year from him.
Amrabat. Schneider again. He's kind of run the game since he's come on. Look at this ball here towards Drogba. Goes down. That's any marks for artistic move. Wow.
No chance that.
He's given it.
That couldn't have been it.
He has given the penalty here, John Moss. Mark.
I mean, I've just said it. I mean, for me, that's never a penalty. It's Didier Drogba's antics again, isn't it, I'm afraid. I mean, we praised John Moss through the afternoon, making two great decisions, two key match instances, but on first viewing, I think John's made a bit of an error there.
Ignacy Mikel with...
I mean, looks as if he'd been hit by a 10-ton truck there, Didier.
No, fair, Johnny. I mean, it is difficult in real time. He's giving what he sees, but...
I think we all thought no from here, didn't we, Mark?
Very surprised.
Yeah.
Very, very surprised. Guess who's going to take it? Didier Drogba, looking for his customary goal against Arsenal again.
Where did he put it in the Champions League final? In bottom left, was it? As we're looking at the goal.
Brilliant penalty. Brilliant penalty. Typical Drogba. Galatasaray level, though the arguments will rage about whether that should have been given.
Don't even think there's an argument, Ian, to be very honest. It's a lovely penalty smashed in by Didier Drogba, but I think the three of us are unanimous in thinking it wasn't a penalty.
It's a good case for a yellow card for simulation. Or trying to deceive the referee.
Well, this is interesting. Mark Halsey, you would have booked Drogba for simulation here rather than give a penalty.
Yes, I would have had a strong word with him here on the opening day of a Premier League game. That was, for me, that's a clear case for a yellow card for deceiving the referee.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, you'd have to agree with Mark here, wouldn't you? There was a slight bit of contact, but never warranted Didier Drogba, a man of the stature he is, to fall over on the floor like that.
Meanwhile, Arsenal, stung by that, Oxlade-Chamberlain, sent tumbling by Gul Salem.
Spiced up the atmosphere a little bit more now.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like the carnival atmosphere we've had in the previous couple of days. It's a nice late challenge by Kul Salem.
Who's yellow carded for that one.
Yeah.
Putting up a bit here.
And that's resulted from giving that penalty.
Yeah, that's changed everything. Walcott to play it in, and Mertesacker was looking for a back header there, a clever one. Could have worked too. Maybe he got a bit too much on it, didn't he, really? That had skimmed off the top of his head towards the far corner.
Yeah, he was just looking for the slightest of touches, wasn't he? Yeah, too much. Drogba's there behind him, but they only needed the touch. But this will see Galatasaray lift the trophy if it stays like this, I presume, Ian.
Well, they'd get 1 point for the win, 1 point for the goal. That would take them up to 6 points. Porto, I make it, have 6 points as well, because they won today and scored 3. I think we'll let the mathematicians have a go at that.
Yeah, I think so.
Goal difference is the first tie break.
Arsenal substitutions. Theo Walcott.
Lucas Podolski is going to come on here. Off goes Theo Walcott. And we're going to see Chuba Akpom, a 17-year-old who scored 4 goals on the Asian Tour, including the winner against the J-League side Urawa Red Diamonds last week. These kind of tournaments are always a good chance for the youngsters to just put their names out there a bit. Sure, all his family and friends are here to see him as well. Cholak looking to get it inside Jenkinson, who does his job well. Galatasaray corner here. Drogba in there looking to cause trouble again. Some things never change, do they? Drogba involved in a controversy. Drogba scoring against Arsenal. Might be a pre-season. But some old storylines. Here's Arteta. Jenkinson back to Zelalem. I haven't seen too much of the 16-year-old so far. Mikhail, the player who was penalised for what the referee saw as a push on Drogba. Certainly nobody up here really thought it was. Well, let's have a look at it again, see if there's anything we might have missed the first time. Oh, it's just the penalty kick. We'll have a look at that again. Yeah, goalkeeper the wrong way.
He's always nice and cool with the penalties, isn't he? Takes his time. Chesney moves to his right.
We will, of course, lavish a few replays on that incident again later on for you. Sariolu, Emre Cholak, now Albert Riera towards Amrabat. He didn't get there. Sariolu, Emre Cholak, Amrabat couldn't keep it down.
There's Fatty, 1, 2. Yeah, Cholak has a shot, doesn't he? Falls to Amrabat. He has to take the shot on again. See Snyder going a bit crazy that he didn't pass it up, but I expect him to shoot from there.
stays like this, we make it that Porto will be the winners of the Emirates Cup.
I hope they're still here. They haven't gone, have they?
I hope they've got a mathematician with them.
I hope the team. I hope the team are watching the game here in the ground to get the trophy.
You would presume so, wouldn't you? Now then, Schneider lays this forward. Galatasaray looking pretty threatening late on here. Sariolu is behind Schneider, who's won a title with every club he's been at so far.
Lovely ball from him.
Eboué. Completely different side with Drogba and Schneider, aren't they? Schneider particularly in the second half. That's nicely done by Zelalem. Oxlade-Chamberlain, look at the change of pace, that was impressive. He couldn't quite pick up the run of Giroud. And they are here. You can see that, the Porto players, they're
Porto
watching.
boys are still here.
Hope they brought their calculators with them.
No, I wonder if they know.
Almost certainly not, I'd say. Drogba. Absolutely nobody to aim at. He's looking up, on and on he goes until Mertesacker stops the run.
Yeah, I wonder, Ian, just from these last 20 minutes, whether Ignacio Miguel has played left-back before. We know he certainly prefers centre defence. I wonder if he's played in this left-back position before, because, I mean, I don't blame him for the penalty, to be very honest, but certainly in areas like this, people have gone past him very, very easily.
A growing threat here from the Turkish champions. Maybe somebody has told them they need to score again if they want to win the tournament here. Schneider. Oh, lovely ball to Drogba! Yes, it's him again! Didier Drogba! 2 goals at the Emirates. The old story.
Ian, what a gorgeous ball by Wesley Sneijder. Talk about Didier Drogba getting the headlines. It's all about Sneijder for me. Lovely ball in. I mean, it was a fantastic touch. Talk about Theo Walcott. Fantastic touch in the first half, and he put it wide. There's no way Didier Drogba's... Look at his movement in, outside of Mertesacker, getting that space on a plate by Wesley Sneijder. One touch by Drogba. Bang! Have some of that in the back of the net.
Absolute class, isn't it, this
That is a gorgeous touch, isn't it? Left foot strike. Power. I think the Porto boys can go on. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want to see. That's what you pay to see. I mean, that's what Didier Drogba is all about. And he spoils himself with what happened at the penalty. He just spoils himself.
You can go on about the amateur dramatics involved with the first goal, but that was sheer quality. That second one. And Schneider's pass was, well, heaven sent almost, wasn't it? Change being made here late on, with Nunkeu, the central defender, being introduced. Looks like Amrabat going off. So they're just shoring it up here. Galatasaray looks like they're on their way to winning this tournament, unless Arsenal can do something late on. They should get an extra point for the goal, and they've turned the draw into a win. Hope you're following this. We'll be asking questions later. It's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Zelalem, Arteta, Zelalem again, and it could have been the goalkeepers, but Nunkeu decided he'd head it anyway. Now then, 3 against 3 this for the moment. Sariolu. Emre Çolak, who's shown up well in this second half, looks a neat little midfield player, doesn't he? Good left foot. This means Arsenal have let in 2 goals at home in both of their matches here.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I don't think it's a bad thing, Ian. Yes, it's the final whistle, but I think it'll leave questions in people's minds, or it'll certainly leave answers in the fans' in the supporters' minds that they need reinforcements. Maybe if they won easily today, it might cloud the fact that they don't need players, but they do.
Well, I think there's not much doubt that most of the fans want Arsene Wenger to splash some of the cash, the £70 million we keep reading about. I don't know if that is the figure. Here's Jenkinson. He's surely going to be... It's all over. The referee's blown his whistle. Didier Drogba's 2 goals have won it. He's the Arsenal bogeyman again. Arsene Wenger must be sick of him. It is only a pre-season event, but what is it about him and Arsenal?
Well, it's not even just Arsenal, is it, Ian? But yeah, primarily it is. It's what now? 15 and 15 games he's scored against Arsenal. A wonderful record. But he's big and he's powerful. And the main thing is, Ian, he is high quality. That's the difference between Elmander and Balut in the second half. In the first half to the second half, they brought on Drogba, they brought on Schneider, and they were both excellent.
And the thought occurs, I mean, he's gone to Galatasaray, went off to China, didn't he, before that? He could still be doing a heck of a job for somebody in the Premier League, you'd think. He was brilliant as well when he came on Wesley Schneider, wasn't he?
Brilliant player.
Wouldn't surprise me if Arsene Wenger's waiting in the end of the tunnel for the referee.
Surely he doesn't do things like that.
They all do.
Thank you for these insights. Mark Halsey, Premier League referee, will be with us this season. And he, just to reiterate the point, said he would have booked Drogba for simulation rather than give a penalty with that first goal.
Ian, caution. Caution the player.
Caution, sorry. Beg your pardon. Slip of the tongue. Yes, yellow card. Let's get that right. But he's still got plenty to offer even at 35, Macca, isn't he?
In the second